Itamagotano kumis kauna segisi kauna gustaje kauna oshimu itegote. One time my uncle told me, don't be scared, don't be frightened, don't run away. Last time we had the reunion of the boarding school students, and I ended up sitting in a panel where we heard testimonies, some of the young people that were abused, sexually abused in a boarding school. And one of them asked me, the brother that abused me, is he going to heaven? I didn't know what to say. And then he said, if he's going to heaven, I don't want to go to heaven. I think that's where the church has to come in. And I think the other time we have to challenge the church when we see and when we feel injustice is done. I think we're allowed by our God, by our Maker, to challenge. Even sometimes, even our Creator, sometimes we challenge the nature. We're allowed. So as I stand here, I'm challenging the church that they have to do something, especially those young people that are lost, that are looking for answers, so they can come back to church, so they can become healed, know who they are. It's okay to make an apology, like we heard our elders say, a handshake, but we're dealing with human beings here. If you look at the statistics of young people, there are so many suicide attempts. There are a large number of suicides. And all these stem from the parents. I myself was in a product of residential school. I faced abuse quite a bit. At one time, just to tell you what happened, one time in a dining room, we were having a meal, and my friend was kicking me under the table, so I grabbed his foot and I pull off his shoe. Then I got caught. And you know how hard those running shoes were about 30 years ago? I got hit with that running shoe about 50 times in my head, the face. And my mother used to ask me why I had a bleeding nose. And I said, nothing happened, just playing, I hurt myself. I seen other worse things that were done. I seen young people when they came to school for the first time. We used to have beans. And those people I'm talking about coming up the trap line. They were used to eating wild meat. We were given beans. I remember quite well. One of them got sick and his beans. And he was told to eat all of his meal. Those are the stories that people have to hear today. just a while ago, just last week, I went to Vancouver School of Theology, and we were talking in a circle, and we ended up talking about residential school. And the professor we had, he's sitting here with us, and he said, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about what happened in school, even if people don't want to hear it, because suffering took place, and we don't want to repeat it again. Because I was in that stage where I don't want to hurt people, especially the non-native people, because it always seems that the finger always goes directly to them. Then I keep forgetting that 3 fingers are pointing at me. So we have to talk about it so it doesn't happen again. And we have to do, and I challenge the church again, an apology is not good enough. We have to help those young people, those ones that are attempting suicide, and the ones that already committed suicide, that we provide some kind of a program where healing programs could be held by the church, because the government won't touch any programs that has to do with religion or spirituality. And I thank you all for listening to me, you guys.